Hey everyone, I am here in Sydney at Stay Upright training because I'm going to learn how to ride an electric moped. But you know what's crazy? I've somehow picked the worst day on earth to do this. We're talking like 38 degrees. I don't know. It's a 2-day course. I do a couple hours today and a couple hours tomorrow. But I'm basically filming this so I can share with you the experience as best I can of getting your moped or motorbike license. And I'm going to be riding a Fons Moto today, hopefully an electric scooter. And this is thanks to the founder of Fons Moto, Michelle. I've never ridden a moped or motorbike in my life, so let's see what I can document for you. Michelle from Fons Moto is kindly letting me come and check out everything. She's going to help me get my scooter license. It's a cool warehouse, Michelle.
I'll show you the newer display.
Yeah, right.
So, this is our Alpha 7.
Yep.
So it's got the new digital dash. The regen is showing across this meter here. Dark and light mode there.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Toggle between the two. This one has 2 power packs that run together in parallel. They're designed that you take them out and you charge them indoors. Where the Z series, you've got all that space because the power pack's built into the footwell, and then you've got on the Z, you've got super fast charging. So if you have an electric car, or if you want to just charge at public charging stations, you can actually like charge in an hour when you go have a coffee.
Seriously? On a normal public charger plug?
Exactly.
That's cool.
Or go to the beach or whatever.
Yeah, so cool.
The only bit of safety equipment you're legally required to wear is the helmet. So the 2 legal requirements your helmet must meet. Number 1, it must meet either the Australian or the European standard for motorcycle helmets. So the Australian standard is AS 1698, European standard is ECE 22.05, or there's a new one out, 22.06. Most helmets will have a sticker on the back that'll tell you what standard they meet. The other legal requirement you've got is the helmet must be correctly fitted. So it should fit your head, so it should be snug, but not give you a headache, and the strap must be done up. I wear glasses, right? Even though I wear glasses, when I ride on the road, I drop this visor down. I'm not legally required to do it, but I do it anyway. Reason for that is my glasses aren't designed to stop projectiles. I don't think yours are, or yours are either, right? So imagine I'm riding at 90 kilometers an hour, and the car in front of me kicks up a rock. That rock flies through here, hits me in the glasses. It's going to smash my glasses, smash my face, and cause me to crash. If the visor's down though, that's designed to stop projectiles. Right? So I'll get a whack like that and I'll go, oh, what was that? But I'll be safe and I can continue riding. So that's going to protect me against projectiles. It also keeps out insects, dust, wind, rain, anything that could get in your eyes and obscure your vision. It's going to protect you against, right? When I'm not using my helmet, I want to look after it. All your helmets have got a flat side, right? So I want you to put your helmet flat side down somewhere where it will not fall. Do not put it flat side down on the seat of your motorbike, or hang it from your motorbike.
So we just learned the importance of your helmet and not dropping it because it could get micro fractures, and looking after it, and why gloves are so important. My bike is going to be nothing like that because I'm using electric. It's going to be really quiet. Just hiding in the bathroom quickly on my break, and it's brutally hot. I've just soaked my shirt. But we've just learned how to mount and dismount the scooter. I'm doing scooter lessons. Some people are doing motorbike. How to probably balance a scooter or bike, which is so important because they're so heavy. So we're also just practicing how to move the bike and maneuver it and brake correctly without the motor being on. Because if you squeeze the brakes too fast, you can topple yourself. I think you don't think about the fact that if they're going to topple over, like the bike, you might go with it, or you could hit someone.
And check, off. Throttle off, clutch in. Push down, ease the clutch out, first gear.
Motorbike seems fun, but way harder. Also, black seats on the moped or motorbike is not good. It's so hot.
Okay.
That's awesome. Whew. Day 1 done.
One of the problems we have as a motorcycle riders, cars don't see us. We need to make ourselves visible. Leave your headlight on, even in the daytime, right? If you can turn it off, leave it on. Think about the clothes you wear. Motorbike riders, like this is a typical motorbike rider, right? Puts on his back boots, puts on his back pants, puts on his black jacket, puts on his black helmet, puts on his black gloves, jumps on his black bike, right? Now imagine...
It's not time.
Imagine, it's night time, he's riding next to a black van. What has he done? No one can see him, right? But if you had a white helmet on a red bike or a blue jacket, if you mix up your colours, you're going to stand out against different background cars. So we say wear contrasting colours. All right.
I'm leaving day 1 and it was really good. It's pretty relaxed and quite sort of slow going in terms of progress on day 1, but it's definitely basics you need to learn. I had a really good time. Our instructor is really excellent. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing little tidbits of this course because I just want to share the helpful safety tips that he taught me. I think they're really beneficial, especially if you have a young person that wants to ride something like this. I think it's a really good course to take for fun because it's quite enjoyable to learn to ride like a moped or a scooter or even a motorbike. And even though in New South Wales it's a requirement that you do this course to get onto your L's, because I think in Queensland, at least right now, as of October 2025, you can just buy a moped and be on your L's without any training. Now that I've done the course, I think that's wild. You're riding and manipulating such a heavy kind of vehicle, even though it's little, it's still heavy and it can accelerate really quickly, especially the electric one. Anyway, I'm sweating my butt off. I'm gonna take a breather and come back to you tomorrow or somewhere more cool to tell you more. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready to finalize this. Let's do it. How's this weather? It's completely different. It's like air conditioning on today.
Yeah.
Okay, day 2, here we go. Not 30 at all. Yeah. You know how this gets really hot?
Exhaust.
Yeah, that would be the one thing I'm like on electric, you don't have the hot exhaust, right? Because when I was a kid, I burnt my leg on.
You're not getting the burn, right?
That's brutal. Yeah, exactly. I got it, you guys. I passed, no problem. Now I am on my learners for my moped. Well, actually, I'm not quite. So the process is you do your course, then you need to go to Service New South Wales or whatever place, like do your car registrations and things. And you need to do a multiple choice test or quiz to finalize the learners. You need to do that within 3 months of finishing your practical training, which I just did. And then you are officially a learner moped, motorbike rider. And then within 12 months, you need to go and do another course, which is similar to the one I just completed, but more advanced, to prove that you are proficient. And then you get your P plates, I believe. And I think after that, you are like a typical car driver and you display P plates on your moped or your motorbike, and then you eventually progress to your open. So that's the process. But now I can start riding around on a scooter, and so hopefully soon I'll get a Fonz. I wanted to share some interesting things I noticed about riding an electric moped or scooter as well compared to petrol. Firstly, it's obviously very quiet. So when you're learning, you're not relying on audible cues to understand how the bike works. You're really relying on feeling. Obviously, the quiet nature of a electric moped is basically it's entirely silent. So you're not going to wake anyone up in the morning if you're turning on a scooter in the early morning or if you're zipping around in a quiet neighborhood or something like that. But you do need to be extra careful in the sense that people won't really hear you coming just like they wouldn't in an EV potentially, because there's no sound emitting from the vehicle really. They're pretty much silent. I definitely thought there was something fun and cute about hearing the putt-putt sound of the moped and going around on that. But also I loved the smooth acceleration and the instant torque of the electric moped, and that was just really fun. So really found it quite easy to pick up when it was electric, and it did seem a tiny bit more clunky for petrol. Overall, it was a really enjoyable course, and I really enjoyed doing it on an electric vehicle. And honestly, I would highly recommend anyone try it just for fun, but you can be especially confident if you're someone that's ridden a push bike, a typical bike, your whole life or a lot during your life. I used to ride my bike to school from primary school age and into high school age. And so I'm very familiar with how to maneuver a bike, and I feel like that absolutely translated to a moped. It's just that they're a lot heavier, and because they go faster and they really propel you and quite quickly with the torque, I think you absolutely need to do a course like this because it really helps you get familiar with the power and the maneuverability of these things. It's stuff that is super intuitive, super simple, and very much common sense when you're an adult that's been driving a car for over a decade or more, which I have myself. But I think it was a really great refresher on just general road safety. Anyway, with all that being said, I again had a really good time, and I just want to say if anyone out there is feeling a little nervous about doing a course like this, I weirdly was. I think just because of all the unknowns, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it would be difficult. I was just had a general sense of anxiety around starting this course, but it was so unnecessary. It was all in my head. It was super easy, and honestly the training was really excellent. And I guess what I'm trying to say is there's definitely nothing to be nervous about or afraid of. I can't wait to start riding now, and I know I still have a long way to go in terms of like proficiency. I really had fun riding the Fonz, and I can't wait to ride one more long term. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you've had an experience with anything like this, or if you have any feedback in the comments. I'd love to read it, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.